I got to stay awake. My voice echoed in my mind, but my limbs were already resting on the inviting bed. Sleep. How I had missed sleep. Waking up in the mornings and feeling rested. But the dreams, no, the nightmares, were unbearable, leaving a painful bruise that happened to come during the night. I had that dream, in particular. It was complete stupidity not to stay awake. 3 days. 3 days awake, 72 hours and counting. My tired arm ached as I scribbled on my art pad. Without realizing it, I had drawn him again. I let out a long sigh, depressed at how, with a single dream, he practically owned your thoughts. All you could ever do is focus on him somehow. Whether it's trying to keep your eyes open, remembering the fright, or having a conversation with your mother about the sleep deprivation problem. Either way, he gets you. By dying of exhaustion, or falling into a deep enough sleep, there's no waking up. Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I sleepwalked and got hurt. Maybe he's not real. I stared off into space as my lids began to droop. How I begged for rest. The radio caught my attention as a new song started. Listening to the lyrics, my eyes shot wide open, shocked. Lay down, sleep, my little darling. Lay down, just like in a coffin. Lay down, this pain will be long gone, with the absence of your breath. I stood quickly and ran to the radio. I couldn't take it anymore. It sounded too much like it was taunting me to sleep. Suddenly, pain shot through my limbs, aching from overworking them. The song continued to play as I heaved myself onto the bed. The sheets were warm and comforting. I closed one eye, leaving the other open for observation. Whenever I would lay down, it felt like he was hovering over me, impatiently waiting for me to fall asleep, to dream. I knew I couldn't keep up this act much longer. Sleep. 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 A familiar voice called to me. As the word was repeated, I heard my name whispered in my thoughts. This was torture. Knowing if I sleep or stay awake, I will injure pain. I streamed through plans, suddenly going blank. I was too tired to even think up a plan anymore. How ironic, though. I've always wanted to die in my sleep, and now it was going to happen. I let my other eye close slowly as I heard a slight dark chuckle. Noticing I had no more energy to lift my eyelids, I could only drift. I felt a tingling sensation move around on my ankle. It was sharp and somewhat ticklish, like a spider crawling on your skin. The feeling slowly went up to my knee, and then, with a sudden movement, went tracing the large vein on my neck. I heard the revolting sound of screeching metal as I felt cold pain carve into my throat. I let out a gasp and shot out of bed, clutching my stained neck. Able to get up from a rush of adrenaline, I walked to the mirror in my room and saw crimson flowing from where the pain was searing. I got to stay awake, I mumbled to myself once again. The darkness slowly started to crowd my room, crickets singing in the distance. Another night to possibly turn from the top predator to become a small prey. Like a rabbit cowering from a monstrous bear, or like a fly being entangled in a spider's web. Whenever I would tire and lay down, I was his prey again.
never sleep again.